This is from the SEO subreddit. It's called Stopped Using Link Inserts. Now, I know I always say backlinks don't matter, and it's true, they don't. Unless you're going after the most competitive keywords and you're sending backlinks to a specific page, or you want to just go after more competitive keywords, more higher volume keywords in general, and you need more backlinks to your domain. You want to increase your domain authority. That's when backlinks matter. But a lot of the best keywords are these overlooked bottom of funnel keywords, super high purchase intent, very low search volumes, but the people who are searching them, they're cash in hand and they want to make a purchase. And those keywords, a lot of those keywords, you don't need backlinks for. Even if you have a mostly new site, you don't really need many backlinks or any backlinks for them. But today we are talking about the times where you are going after competitive keywords and you do need backlinks. And so this is from the SEO subreddit. It's called, like I said, it's called Stop Using Link Inserts. And it was a very good post, a very informative post about different tiers for link insertions, ones that are not valuable at all, and then ones that carry the most value. If you don't know what a link insertion is, it's a link building technique where you identify relevant content on niche domains, preferably niche domains, though a lot of people they just do it on any domain, to place their links. So you have your backlink, it links to your site. You have your anchor text over the link, which is the text that people click on that links to your site. This is what the post says. For this client, they'd been using link inserts for a long period of time with mixed results. Every now and then, they'd get a small bump followed by a retraction. The strategy just wasn't working. One of the issues was that, as a large B2B machinery seller in the financial sector, the weak link inserts previously procured just weren't moving the needle for the more difficult keywords. Before we look at the strategy, I just wanted to run through link inserts in a bit more detail. By the way, I re-recorded the weak link inserts previously procured. I re-recorded that like 5 times because it was so difficult to say. You only heard the last take, which was good. It took me 5 times to say the weak link inserts previously procured. So hard. So the post continues. These link inserts have always been a cheaper option and can sometimes be effective. However, there's a way to get the best out of them, a way that the majority of large link building agencies don't use or really care about due to the volume they're processing. Unfortunately, it has led to misinformation in general about what works best for link inserts. If you have a blog, you've probably gotten link insert requests. You've had just strangers DMing you or strangers emailing you and being like, hey, can you link to us saying this and we'll pay you and add this paragraph and so and do it in this article. You've probably gotten those requests. I get them every day. I'm sure you've gotten them. The post continues, and this is where it starts getting really interesting. I find the best way to look at link inserts is kind of in a tiered system. This is just something that's in my own head, but it might help you out. Remember, link inserts, in my opinion, rarely beat post placements because with a post, you can completely control the breadth of content that sits around the link, allowing you to get the best from it entirely. With a link insert, the content isn't primed to drive your link in the best possible way. Anyway, this is what tier 1 is. Tier 1 is a link that's just thrown into content that isn't even indexed on Google. In our opinion, these are the lowest of the low, though some might think otherwise, and usually what these agencies procure en masse for their clients or other agencies outsourcing to them. It doesn't matter if the website is decent. If the page that the link isn't indexed on, it's not going to do nearly anything. The counter argument for that is if people are clicking on the link and that link actually gets a lot of clicks, it might do something. It might do something, but it's really just not very valuable if it isn't indexed. But clicks are valuable. Google measures clicks. Google has Chrome. Google uses Chrome for its search data. And that was revealed in the May 2024 Google leaks. So tier 2 is a link in a page that is indexed. By the way, the reason that this post says it's going to do nearly nothing is because most of these tier 1 link inserts are on content that isn't indexed by Google. It's in content that isn't indexed by Google. And so the post says, if you're procuring a link insert yourself, check the content you want it inserted into is at least indexed on Google. You can do this with a simple site : web page search on Google itself. So you just do site : and then the specific page, and you just search that on Google to see if Google has indexed it. In the case above with this client, upon investigation, these were mainly the links procured for the client up until we started working together. So before this person took over with the client was just getting tier 1 links. And now tier 2. Tier 2, a link in a page that is indexed. This is better because it's indexed. However, here you have to make sure the content is worthwhile, it isn't terrible, and it ties in with your own link. You don't just want to throw your link into a page just because it's indexed. Sure, you might be able to reword some of it and potentially add in a paragraph that surrounds the link, but it has to be contextually relevant to what the link leads to. The client had a few of these too, some moderately relevant, but no consistency. Tier 3, a link in content that ranks on Google. Remember, not all content that is indexed is ranking or ranking well. So tier 3 is content that is ranking on Google. It's a link in content that is ranking on Google. Now we're getting somewhere. The content actually ranks on Google. It isn't just indexed, it's ranked for terms. This means Google is passing the content/page value. It's saying that essentially it trusts the page enough to show it to people. A link here is clearly more valuable than tier 2. Again, the content has to be on point, and you can't just throw your link into any content. There has to be relevancy. With that said, a link in content that ranks, if done right, will usually pull. The client had none of these. Tier 4, a link in content that ranks for industry-specific keywords. These are great because the keywords are completely related to you and to what you do. These link inserts are difficult to get, but completely worthwhile. And the last tier, tier 5, a link in content that ranks for what you're trying to rank for. This is the holy grail, but usually out of reach. These work incredibly well usually, but most sites aren't going to link to a competitor from a page that ranks for a keyword they're trying to beat them in. But it can be done in certain niches and situations. Remember, the content also has to be right when you're looking at link inserts. This isn't just illustrative of the different kinds out there without really looking at assessing the website or content. It's a way of highlighting how you can leverage getting a good link insert out of your provider. Most link inserts that are bought are tier 1. A good agency won't get you these kind of inserts. A great one will use inserts sparingly anyway, instead curating content that gives your link the best chance of doing well. But this all gives you an idea of how to leverage something out of buying them for yourself or assessing a provider. Back to the client, they sell large machinery with some pretty tough keywords to crack. The agencies previously primarily were using tier 1 and tier 2, so no real efficacy, on pages that had weak relevancy. By pivoting to content curation, we were able to write for the target website while really making the most out of the link in the content we've written. We focused down on websites in the B2B niche, as well as websites within the niches that would use this kind of machinery. The link inserts previously were just slapped into any kind of weakly relevant content. Remember, with link inserts, the content has been written for another purpose, maybe even for another link. So you're usually better off putting content together yourself. The differentiation here got the client to where they wanted to be within 4 months, and when you think they spent years building crappy link inserts, it speaks volumes. The main takeaway here is you can't cut corners. You either need to get good link inserts or curate the content yourselves, and you'll see results if consistent. It boils down to logic. It also kind of shows how many do this wrong, either due to lack of knowledge or because they just can't be bothered to do it right. Don't just slap your link into any kind of content. Pivot to placing content written to support your link, and that is stopped using link inserts on the SEO subreddit. Compact Keywords, what's on my shirt, if you're watching, it has a huge, long, several-hour section on link building, my favorite strategies for link building and how I do it, showing it with detailed video breakdowns. But this was a great post. I really like this, and I got many more to share with you. This is actually part of a larger post about link building, and I'm going to share a bunch of these. These are so good. So that is all for episode 587 of my daily digital marketing podcast. 587 days in a row, 587 episodes. Crazy crazy. We're almost at 600. I'm loving this. I'm having so much fun. I literally, as I sat down today, I'm like, this is my dream. I can't believe I get to do this every day. This is amazing. And it's even with sometimes when it takes me like 5 or 6 times to say the weak link inserts previously procured, I still can't say it. Even when it takes me 6 times to say that, I'm still having fun. This is great. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you all again tomorrow. Bye now.